Hello Internet, welcome back to our Magiclysm series. Oh, we got a black bar over there. There we go. Welcome back. In this episode, we're going to be looting this town. Now, obviously, we've looted this town already, and we've even gone up here and checked this other town, and we kind of realized, like, neither of these are really places that we want to be. We don't want to hole up here for a long period of time. So, we're not going to be doing that. But what we are going to be doing is harvesting things like heating elements from the ovens, because I'm tired of not having them. If we could also find some copper wire, that would be pretty nice. And then we also needed a tank. We need a tank for our autoclave. We should do that first because the autoclave takes about an hour and a half, if I remember right. Activate autoclave. We need 8 charges of water. I thought that would display the time. Okay, the autoclave requires a tank with water in our vehicle, and it also takes time to complete its cycle. So, since we want to adjust my television, since we want to do other things in the town, it would be most prudent to get the water now so that we can be running the autoclave while we do other things. So, I think we need a hacksaw, of course, because I believe you need a hacksaw right there. 3 hacksaws. Apparently, we've been picking up backups of a lot of stuff. And we're just, nope, no engine on you. No gas tank, no nothing on you. Also, did that say gas? No, that's the engine. Okay, so no tanks, of course, because it's Cataclysm, and Cataclysm has to... Why is my mini-map messed up? I don't like that. Of course, Cataclysm has to kick you in the teeth repeatedly when you think you have something that you need, and then you ultimately don't. How do we empty this tank? We don't. We take it off first. So we need to find the tank, which I really wish there was an easy way to find these things. Here's the one we want. We will take this tank off. It should still contain the gasoline, and then we will unload the actual tank itself. We'll just pour that on the ground here. We don't need the gasoline. Tank is quite large. It's 60 liters, of course, so we'll go ahead and wield that, and we'll hoof that over here. We'll go ahead and install this in our vehicle. Does it really matter where it goes? I think in order to use it without siphoning, we have to put a faucet on it, which might conflict with a cargo space. My display is blinking. I hate that it does that. I don't know if it's the HDMI cord needs replacing or what, but my screen blinks. And if it blinks for a second, like, you don't know, the recording, it's fine. It's just my television. But if it blinks for like 2 seconds, the video recording will shut off, which is very, very irritating. So I don't know why it would blink for the device but not record the blink. Does that make... It doesn't matter. Let's install a tank. So I don't think it really matters where this goes because we're probably not going to put a faucet on it. So we'll just plop it. Can't. Why can't we? We don't have a welder. We need to grab our welder, which I also should be on the tool pile because we haven't gotten to making a vehicle welder yet. This should be turned on, so the battery should be filled. We'll go ahead, come down here, we will reload the welder, and that should be all that we needed for installing this tank. I don't think it conflicts with a cargo space. Does it really conflict with a cargo space? Tank. No options. Oh, that's a solar battery and stuff there. Let's try a space that does not have... There we go. Oh. You can install a plastic jerry can? I wish I'd known that. We would have done that back at the other base. I thought you could only install metal jerry cans. Like, this doesn't make sense. You weld the plastic jerry can to your vehicle? How does that make any sense at all? I don't like that. But we're going to go ahead and put in this 60-liter tank. And then we'll probably drive to the nearby swamp to fill that up immediately. Really no nearby swamp, huh? There's a pool over here. We'll go over to the pool. Go ahead and drive up to the pool. Why not? I don't know if we can get close. I think it has a chain link fence around it. We might have to do some landscaping a little bit. Smash our way over to the pool. But, oh, where's the pool? We passed it. Where... So we want to pull around behind, I guess. We'll come this way. And we'll go around the back. Do not hit the tree, please. So commentary, what are we doing for commentary? Last couple episodes we talked about really a lot of things over the last week or so. We talked about my writing, which is always fun. I don't know if we can get it close enough. Here's what we'll do. We'll back up and come like this, and then we will smash a fence and drive the front end right up to it. Obviously that's not where the tank is, but I don't think that actually matters. Get a crowbar out, smash the fence down, 4 tiles wide. I would really like to widen our vehicle as well, although that's a much bigger project and it's a real pain in the butt to widen a vehicle that's not very wide. Please smash. I feel like, did they make it harder to smash things? Because like lately, man, have we been struggling to really smash stuff. Let's haul everything out of here, and then we will just pull our vehicle up nice and careful up to this pool. Stop here. I don't know how vehicles interact with water, so we really don't want to risk our vehicle. Fill nearby vehicle electric SUV. Yes. With water times 15. It should hold way more water than that. Oh, 60 liters? Okay. I don't know why it said 15. Times 15? Maybe it only fills 4 liters at a time, and that's why it took 15 tries to get 60. Whatever, we now have a tank. Let's turn on the autoclave. Activate autoclave. Turn on the... Awesome. So we're starting to clean our CBMs, which was one of the main reasons that we came up here in the first place. Why don't we... where do we want to go? We want to hit these houses down here because that's where the ovens will be. I think we may have already cleared some of them. Some of the ovens we may have already cleared, but we'll go check just to be sure. Yes, we're going to bump into things. We're going very slowly. Like in the previous episode, I was having my inputs getting eaten. I'm noticing that it feels much more fluid now. I'm not experiencing that currently, but I don't know if that is a computer issue or a cataclysm issue, so we really don't want to be too risky with things. Let's, yes, so we've already cleared this for an oven. Probably this one as well, but we will check. I wonder what washing machines give you if you clear them. I bet they have an engine in them. Might be worthwhile. We can just deconstruct right here. Yeah, so we've talked about what I've been reading, which I just started The Cabin at the End of the Earth, I think is what it's called. It seems interesting, but also like it's probably not very good. I think I found it in the bestsellers section, so you would think that it would be really good, but that's not often how these things work. A lot of terrible books make it to being bestsellers. I mean, technically wasn't like Twilight a bestseller, although, you know, if I have a younger audience, you might be upset by me saying that Twilight is trash, but hey, Twilight is trash. It's basically about a 16-year-old who falls in love with a man who is not an appropriate age for her, and then a werewolf like falls in love with her baby, and it's very... I don't know why you would write something like... Whatever. Hope you enjoyed the book. Doesn't matter. So there we got some heating elements. What did we just pick up from... I've literally already forgotten what I just picked up. Electric motor... we'll take it, I guess. What did we get from this? We got more heating elements from a washing machine? Is it a dryer? It's a washing machine. Why would it have a heating element in it? Let's take a look at this again and maybe keep a closer eye on what's happening here. Let's drag this up. Strain yourself trying to move the washing machine. Why though? I was literally just doing it. Can we move it up? We can't. Why am I struggling with the wash? Oh, because the items that are now inside of the washing machine. So let's go ahead and pull those out. We'll just move everything over here. I just wanted it to be separate from where we disassembled the other one because I would like to take a closer look at what we picked up. Washing machine. Oh, wait a minute. Washing machines can produce hot water. Maybe that has something to do with it. There is no heating element here. There are rubber hoses we'll take as backup rubber hoses, and of course copper wire is pretty valuable. Anything else deconstruct? No. So we're going to move on to another house. Yeah, talked about what I've been reading, talked about my writing a little bit. I would like to talk more about my writing, but I'm not sure how much people actually want to just disassemble everything just to see what we get. Yeah, I don't care about the gas. I'm not sure. Oh, from the lighter. Okay. Is that a diamond? High quality lens, I guess we'll take. Processor board, we'll take. Pilot light. Yeah, none of that was particularly interesting. Got the bells going in the background because of course I do. Probably should move my phone away from my microphone just because they often conflict with each other. Zombie dog, where'd you come from? What are we... We're wielding a crowbar. Let's see if we can get the machete out before he closes. Okay. Yeah, so we'll just... Oh, and he's dead. Anything in here worth disassembling? Doesn't look like it. Can of food. Oh, condensed milk. We don't want that. Why don't we drink this soda? Ooh, energy cola. We also have bird eggs, which we'll cook at some point. Oh, fridges probably have good stuff in them. I kind of would like to put some freezers or fridges in our vehicle because I never ever do that. I always forget that you can do that, and that would be fun. So let's deconstruct this. Oh, we're running out of daylight, unfortunately. Rubber hose, tiny electric motor. We're going to take most of this because I don't know what it costs to create the fridge for your vehicle. And presumably it would cost some of this stuff. We can source the glass and metal from any vehicle. But the tanks and the motors and stuff, we're going to take all of that. We'll disassemble the other one as well. Actually, we probably shouldn't have because there's really nothing super interesting that we could get from this. I guess we'll take the tubing and the wire. I mean, it's nothing exceptional, but it is something. And here we have terminals, which we could also disassemble. I thought this was the dollar store. What is this? Grocery store. Oh, that's right, with the shopping carts. Oh, it looks like the shopping carts. Is that the same sprite they've always had? I can see their little wheels and handle. I don't remember it being like that. I feel like, didn't it used to just be a square box? Whatever, that's neat. I like it. I like it. Do we see any copper wire laying out here? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, do we have a filter? We do. No copper wire. Okay. I thought maybe there'd be copper wire. Well, we could disassemble those terminals for various electronic pieces. I think we would just want to get this stove before it becomes nighttime. Before we lose the daylight, basically. So let's deconstruct this stove for more heating elements. Again, we need the heating elements to make the... We need to make makeshift welders and then use the makeshift welders to make the welding component kit, and then we install the component kit into our vehicle, which turns it into a vehicle welder, if I remember right. I might be missing a step in there somewhere. Oh, you can't move through these anymore? Why can't I move over the vehicle? Interesting. So you can't walk over top of shopping carts anymore. That's interesting. I don't remember that being the case. So we'll head back to here, to our vehicle, and we'll swap out our CBM. Get items. Sterile. Fantastic. Where did we put... They're in the middle pile. Oh, let's drop our stuff on the unsorted pile. Go ahead and drop this. We can drop most of this stuff as well. Maybe you want to hang on to the hacks. That's not a big deal. So let's pick, what do we want next? Filthy. Faulty power storage. Why didn't I repair that one as well? Whatever, we'll take the power storage Mark II just because, and we will plop that in our autoclave. You put in your, yes, into the autoclave, and then we will activate that as well. Does this require cleanser? I don't think it does, right? It's just steam. I mean, real autoclaves use chemicals as well, but I don't think that we can do that. Okay, yes, just activate the autoclave. Whatever, the point is we're starting to get our CBMs cleaned, which is great. And then everything else, it's dark. I never did install an aisle light, and I think you require a flashlight for that, and I don't think we have any backup flashlights. We have a backup flashlight. Why don't we... What is the difference between the heavy duty and the regular flashlight. Volume is slightly more. One can be used as a weapon. Presumably they produce roughly the same amount. Let's pick them both up and let's reload. Nope. Let's activate. No. Let's inventory our heavy duty flashlight and we will reload it with a battery. We'll use a high capacity battery. I mean, really I should be using disposables to get them out of here, but grab this. So let's zoom out. Let's activate our regular flashlight. And it produces, let's move our mouse over here. So this is the edge. It's pointing at the edge of the radius of light. Let's try the heavy duty flashlight. It is more light. Often cases you don't need more light, and it is slightly more volume. Maybe it would be more prudent to just carry the regular one because it is slightly less volume. I think we'll do that. But for now, we're going to drop the flashlights that have batteries in them, and we're going to come over here and try to install. Oh, we can't because it's dark. Of course. I was going to say we could install the light into our vehicle. See, and it may even be a mistake. Sorry, I crack my knuckles sometimes. I know people don't like hearing that. It might even be a mistake to put a light in here because we haven't replaced the edges with boards. So basically, if we put a light in here, everything's going to be able to see it and they're going to be drawn to it in the dark. So I don't know that that's even really prudent to do until we've expanded our vehicle and replaced everything with boards. That's quite a long process. However, I don't think people really like watching a lot of that. It's pretty boring. If I had really good commentary, maybe people wouldn't mind, but honestly, I think I've exhausted my good commentary for the week, if I'm being perfectly honest. What do we want to do? It's dark. We can't do much. Unlock the door. Is there an oven in here? We can smash this oven as well. We don't really need to deconstruct it. 3 heating elements we'll take. Copper wire we'll take. I guess we'll grab a waffle iron. I don't know that we ever picked one up. In case we want to make waffles, except that we're lactose intolerant, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So it really is irrelevant because we're never going to make waffles. Let's drop the waffle iron as well. And we'll sort everything. What do we want to do? It's dark now. Can't really do a lot of work. We have a lot of books here we could read. Where in God's name? I put them on the medicine pile, I believe. I did not put them on the medicine pile. Oh, I may have taken them all inside. Okay. Awesome. Let's... maybe they're in the unsorted pile, fingers crossed. No, we took, except for our beginner's guide to magic, we took all of our books into the lab. So dumb. I'm so dumb. I didn't bring anything to do while we're here. Let's check our old base. Maybe we left something behind, but I'm pretty sure we fully cleared it. Rags, huh? What's a transistor is not helpful. We already read that. Okay, well, what am I supposed to do for the next many hours until I fall asleep? We could... I mean, I really don't want to... Like, if we look here, our base is way back here. Really don't want to have to drive all the way back there. Although we've accomplished our mission, right? The whole reason we came out here was for heating elements and for a tank, which we've secured both of those items. So do we really need to stay here at all? I think the answer is no. I don't think we do. Why don't we gather up some string? It never hurts to have some string. Since I'm thinking about it, we'll tear down some curtains and grab some long strings, and then we'll be on our way, because I don't think that there's really anything here for us. Hopefully we remember enough tiles that we're not going to crash into a bunch of crap on our drive home. Was there anything else we needed? I wanted to harvest frames. That's right. Oh, I wanted to harvest frames so that we could start working on our vehicle proper. Man, I can't do that in the dark. We're going to burn through our flashlight if we do that. Let's think. Okay, so we could pull the oven outside and start a fire and then use that to work by. I mean, it's not optimal, but it's something. Okay, please pull it up into line with your body, and then we will pull it this way. Okay. Little obnoxious. Let's just go right here. So how many fire items do you have in you? Oh, you picked up everything that was in the base. That's not great. Let's move that crap out of there. And we'll go back and we'll grab our wood for, you know, to keep our fire going. Planks, 12 planks. Not a lot of wood, but it's something. And it will allow us to do some vehicle work in the dark. Obviously, again, not the optimal way to do things. Let's, you know, I don't know if you even refill fire when you're, I don't know if you refill your fire when you're working on your vehicle. I didn't mean to drop one, I meant to drop all of them. Pick one up, drop one in the oven, activate our lighter, start the fire. Now, there's really nothing out and about that should see this fire and come to bother us. And I'm not sure if we refill during construction, and I'm not sure if we even need to refill during construction. So let's try taking off the quarter panel. We don't have the hacksaw. I dropped the hacksaw because of course I did. Grab another hacksaw. P. And we'll come back up here and we'll start harvesting things. Again, don't know how well this is going to work, but we're going to give it a go. And unfortunately, a lot of this vehicle stuff will require full 68 minutes. Okay, it was lying to me. It said 55 minutes or whatever, but then it was over in an instant. So we did get a steel frame, and we didn't have to go through another plank. Now, I think maybe this is done. I don't remember what time we put it in. Deactivate. Examine. No. How do we know how much time is left? It just doesn't say, I guess. Unless maybe if we use the X menu. No, it doesn't say. So it's just a guessing game, I guess. And there our fire burned out while we were away. So we'll go ahead and put a new plank in. Start a new fire. The problem with such a small vehicle is that there are a lot of things on each vehicle tile, which means we would have to remove a lot of things in order to get access to the frames, which is not optimal because presumably a lot of these things, when we try to take them off, is going to... Oh, that's prompting us on how much time is left. I didn't read it. I just said I saw electric whatever and thought that was this vehicle. Take 23 minutes to finish sterilizing items in electric SUV. 8 minutes left. Okay. So good. Good. And I think we'll start removing these miscellaneous items to try and get these frames as well. And that should be it. It just finished its cycle. Great. So we'll go down here and we will swap out to our next CBM. We'll grab the Power Storage Mark II. We'll drop that on the unsorted pile and we will pick up surgical scalpels is pretty good. We'll do that one. Can't wait to install all these into our body. That's pretty cool. Activate the autoclave. We'll come back up here and we'll continue harvesting from this vehicle. I don't need a lot. I just kind of wanted, you know, I think we're going to need like 6, 7 frames or so, which, you know, is not a lot, but when we're doing things this way, it's a little bit. Removing this part would split the vehicle. Why? Oh, because this tile would no longer be connected. I don't have a jack though. And I don't think I memorized the jack recipe, which means it's in a book back at our base, which we're not going to go back to. Well, let's pick up these flashlights before I forget about them. Okay, so we don't have a jack, so we can't remove a lot of these parts, and this vehicle is so small. Does this move the fire with it? Okay, good. And then just to be sure, okay, we look okay. Pull the wood up here. We'll start harvesting from this vehicle. Since this is a larger vehicle, there will be more tiles that have very few attached parts to it. So we'll just start pulling pieces off of this as well. There goes the fire, but it did not cancel our action. So yeah, so let's do commentary because this is probably not fun to watch. Yeah, like my instinct is to talk more about my writing. I've been thinking about my writing so much, but based on my personal life over the years, I'm pretty sure no one cares because people don't care that much about writing or books or anything like that. People just they just don't care. Like I've had girlfriends where I'm a writer and it's like, oh hey, I wrote this thing, and then they either they just full out admit like, I don't really have time to read this. I don't really want to read this. Oh, these are extra light frames. I don't want extra light frames. I want regular frames. I didn't even notice. Steel frame. Okay, well, that means the trunk gives... No, because this trunk is broken. Okay, well, the doors should give regular frames, right? Is that correct? Let's pull off a door and see. Man, this fire just keeps going out in between every action. I wish... Oh, good, we're tired, so we can at least sleep now. There were some frames. We'll go ahead and we'll haul this stuff back to the vehicle. And we'll grab this stuff as well. And we'll pull them over here, which is a little time consuming. Like, yeah, either girlfriends, sterile. Okay, so it is finished. Great. Go ahead and drop those. Either girlfriends would pretend that they read it, and then you could always tell that they didn't actually read it. Or they would have, like, the decency to be like, yeah, I didn't even read it because I don't have time to read it. So, in my experience, people not super interested in writing, so I don't know how much I should really talk about it. How's the water holding up? Batteries minus 1,510 watts. Oh, because we're running the autoclave, I suppose, and the recharger as well, but that shouldn't really be pulling power. Yeah, we're gonna need, I mean, it shouldn't use too much. Spread out among 4 batteries. We're only washing like 3 more. We'll probably get down to like 65 or 60%, but we should be okay. And the water's holding out just fine at 52 liters, so it looks like about 4 liters per wash cycle. Although I guess I don't know if that's true. I wasn't really paying attention. So we pulled these materials down here. I really don't have a good place to put them in the vehicle. In general, I try to work on vehicles wherever the abundance of frames and things are, but we're not going to stay here and work on expanding this vehicle completely. So I think we're going to try to make space for them. Man, that's pretty full, huh? The unsorted pile is very full. Yeah, I really don't want to have to work on the vehicle here, and I really don't want to work on it until we have the welder installed in the vehicle, because otherwise we're going to have to constantly stop to recharge the 1 battery that we have. What do we can just throw it in the tool pile. How many liters is a steel frame? 15 liters. It'll do for now. We'll put these good frames in there. We don't want to use the extra light frame. And we're hungry, and I didn't really bring food with us. There's some food in the vehicle. Man, I didn't plan this trip very well. I always do this, where I get in my head that we're going to go do something, and then when I go to do it, I realize how much I forgot back at base. I do that all the time. Eat some fruit leather for some vitamins. Don't eat dried rice. Eat some nuts. That should do. We're peckish but slaked, and we're still overweight. So I think we'll just go in and sleep for the night, because it's so much easier to do this in the daylight than at nighttime. Where do we sleep? Over yonder. Go ahead and close this up, and we'll sleep. Yes. No. Yeah, so I feel like people don't care that much about my writing, but like the thing that I'm currently writing is like a psychiatrist talking to a child. And so it's like, I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know what normalcy is when it comes to that. So like I considered like maybe I should Google it, how to, like, obviously the shrink is going to try to get close to the kid, so the kid feels like he's a peer and it's safe to talk to him. And so I was like, I'll just Google tips and tricks on how to make kids like you. And then I was like, should probably not Google that, because I don't want to be on a watch list, and it sounds not so good, you know. But obviously I meant from like a psychiatric perspective. How do you gain a rapport with a child in treatment? But it's like, I don't know that stuff, so I really don't know. I should have called the episode before we slept. I'm now looking at the timer and realizing that I spent 30 full minutes of us painstakingly trying to pull a few frames off of vehicles. Didn't go super well, this particular episode. So hopefully in the next one we can work more in the daylight, which makes this so much easier. Okay, so we're going to call the episode here. Sorry, this is a little bit of a down episode. Hopefully things will be better in the next one. But thanks for watching anyway. If you enjoyed the episode, maybe like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.